Hey guys, it's Miss Val. I was just going to come in and help y'all get tucked in and read this story for tonight. And I hope you guys are ready for bed, got your PJs on, and ready to hear the bedtime story. And tonight it is called Ruth and Naomi. In a place called Moab, there lived a nice family. Elimelech and his wife Naomi and their 2 sons moved there because there was more food there than where they had come from. After a while, Elimelech died, and Naomi, but she wasn't alone. She still had her 2 sons. Her sons got married, but after about 10 years, they died too. At least Naomi still had her sons' wives to keep her company, and their names were Orpah and Ruth. Naomi called her sons' wives and told them, she said, I am going back to where I used to live, and I want you guys to go back to your families and where you used to live too. May God show you kindness as you have shown me. All the women cried and hugged because they were such good friends. Orpah didn't want to leave Naomi, but Naomi said, do not worry, I will be okay. So Orpah left and went back to her family. But no matter what Naomi said to Ruth, Ruth said, I will not leave, and do not ask me again. Where you go, I'll go. Where you stay, I'll stay. Your friends will be my friends, and your God will be my God. So Ruth and Naomi returned to Bethlehem together. It was a good thing that Ruth went with Naomi because Bethlehem was so far away, and Naomi could have never traveled that far by herself. Notice that Ruth never complained that she was such a good friend to Naomi. She wasn't expecting anything in return. She just wanted to help. When they got there, Ruth decided that she needed to go and find some kind of work. It was harvest time, so she went and worked in the fields, following behind the harvesters and picking up any type of barley that they had dropped. The owner came to the field and greeted the harvesters and noticed Ruth was in the field. He asked one of the harvesters, who is she? She came from Moab with Naomi, and that's all I know, said the harvester. Lucky for Ruth, the owner of the fields was Boaz, and he was a kind man who believed in God. He had also been related to Elimelech, which was Naomi's husband who had died. Boaz went up to talk to Ruth, and he told her, he said, do not go to work in any other field. I want you to stay here with all the other servant girls. And I will make sure that you are safe, and when you're thirsty, you can go get something from the water jars. When Ruth heard this, she bowed down to Boaz and asked, why are you being so nice to me? I'm not even from here. Boaz replied, he said, I know what you have done for Naomi. You left your family. You moved to a place that you've never been. May God reward you for your kindness. Ruth thanked Boaz and continued her work in the hot sun. Boaz even ordered the workers to drop extra barley so Ruth can have it for herself. Ruth took all the barley home and shared with Naomi, and eventually Ruth married Boaz and everyone was happy. Being a good friend takes a long time to learn. A good friend is loyal, which means that they keep their promises, and sometimes when we don't feel like we're being a friend, you are anyway. Sometimes friends aren't perfect. They make mistakes, but you know what? We all make mistakes. But we don't want our friends to leave when those things happen. God gives us friends when we need them, and we should treat friends as a gift from God. Just like in the story, Naomi could have insisted that the women come with her, but she unselfishly gave them the choice. She said, if you want to go back home, that's fine. I want you to go back to your family. And Ruth had such a good attitude and wanted to help, and she moved away from everyone that she knew just so she could help Naomi and just keep that friendship. And, with you guys, I know that you have your friend groups and things like that, and you're such a good friend, and just like this says, sometimes we have those problems and we have boo-boos and we have mess ups, but you know what, that's okay. As long as we have our relationship with the Lord and we let Him guide us and tell us our direction, we can fix those things between each other. And, and it'll be okay, as long as we can just talk it out and we let the Lord lead us, just like, us, we're your big friends, like if you ever had a problem, that you can come talk to us. We're big people are your big friends. And so God put us all together for a reason. So if you ever needed, a big friend, I'm glad to help. And like you can go talk to Miss Wendy, Miss Jill, Miss Chrissy, Miss Paige. We would be glad to help you. With anything, just know that we're good friends, and we're your friends, and we're your godly friends. And, like I said, we were all put together for a reason. And so, just know that I hope you guys have a good night and you sleep tight and just have safe and, just know that you're safe and you're warm, and, God is covering you with his protection. And, just know that I love you and I'm praying for you, and I want you guys to stay safe. And I can't wait to see you guys again in church. So I love you and have sweet dreams.